Good morning. Hope you're having a good beginning of the week. It's been a tough week for all of us. One of the hardest weeks since October 7th, if we could say that. Yesterday, I spent the morning at the rally that takes place in Newton Center every Sunday for the hostages. And this one was commemorating 500 days. And of course the Bibas family, and because last week it was too snowy and they couldn't do it, and it made me think a lot about these remarkable people. There was maybe 400 or 500 people, and I spoke there amongst others, and it made me think about this week's Torah portion and the inspiration that these people gave me. You see, this Shabbos is going to be a special Shabbos in Shul, because last Shabbat, we blessed the new month of Adar. And Rosh Chodesh, when the moon is going to reappear, is going to be on Friday and Shabbat. It's also going to be the portion of Truma, which we speak about building a home for God in this world. And then it's also going to be what we call Parshat Shkalim. From now till Passover, there's 4 weeks when we read an extra portion. And what we're going to read is because when it came to the month of Adar, in the time of the temple, they would collect the funds to support the upkeep of the temple, and it's called Parshat Shkalim, when each one would give the half a coin to contribute to the upkeep of the temple. And in fact, we're going to take out 3 Torahs this Shabbos. We really ever do it. One is going to be for Rosh Chodesh, one is going to be for Parshat Truma, and one is going to be for the extra portion of Shkalim. But it made me think a lot, because in this week's Torah portion, in the portion of Shkalim, we read about everyone giving a half a coin to contribute to the temple, and that's how they were counted. In fact, that's how the census was done. And the question really is, first of all, why a coin? Why through giving? Why a coin? And why a half a coin? And there's 3 things that I wanted to share here that really connect to what I witnessed yesterday. Firstly, the rabbis say that the reason why the Torah told us that the way we were counted was through giving a coin is because the real way a Jew is counted is by what he does for others, how he helps, how he gives, how he cares, how he shares. And when I think about the people who come every single Sunday, and Jews throughout the world, and how they've wore pins, and they've gone to rallies, and they've held signs, and they've written letters, and they've shared on social media. We've all been giving. And sometimes you think, what have we done? For over 500 days, we lived this kind of love. We wore hostage pins, we protested, we shared stories, we donated, we called our representatives. We're cared for one another. We have acted as if each hostage was our own family. But this labor of love has turned strangers, so to speak, into family. We have created love against all odds. We have carried a love that binds and obligates across generations. A love that aches and endures. This is the Jewish people. And then we come to the second part. The rabbis say, why was it a half a coin? Okay, so you have to give, but why a half a coin? Because what really the half a coin reminds us is that on our own, we're only a half. We need another Jew. We need another fellow in the community to make us a whole. And that's what we've seen over the past year, that even this weekend, as we're grieving for Shiri, for Ariel, for Kfir, for Oded, this has shaped us as a people. We refuse to let heartbreak belong only to those who suffer directly, but we've turned that into us. The love hurts us. It makes us vulnerable. But we can never forget this love, because this so-called weakness is our greatest power. And that's why you have a half a coin, because it reminds us that on our own, we're only a half. We need the others. We need the entire Jewish community to make us a whole. But there's a third thing. And that third thing is that we're also only half without Almighty God. You see, it's our faith that allows us to endure in the hardest and most trying of times. And it's remarkable. Every single day as hostages come out, we learn how in their captivity, and we've heard horrific, harrowing stories of captivity, chained for days at a time, for weeks in dark tunnels without food, without drink. But yet, in these darkest times, they have become stronger. These hostages and their families, they have become more committed. And what do we need more? You know, we share the story of Karina, who was one of the observers, the soldiers who was kidnapped. And she says how when it came to Passover, they made a makeshift Seder. They took a makeshift plate that they used as the kaira, and they found something that looked like grape juice. And they made the blessings, and they sang songs that they remembered from when they were children growing up. And they sang the song in captivity in the Gaza Hamas tunnels. They sang Vihisha Amda, which is the song we sing that in every generation they stand up against us. But God always lets us survive and overcome the challenges. Imagine in the darkness of Gaza, they had their strength. And that's the other thing of the half a coin, that without God, without our faith, we're incomplete. So first of all, we have to give, which is what we all as a community have done, sharing and giving and caring, our empathy, our love, our hard-earned dollars, our voices, our Sunday mornings in the cold. And then we have the second, which is that without our community, as much as we've given to these hostages, to their families, they've given us community, they've given us the strength to be connected, because we're only half without the other. And of course, third is that we need our faith. Without our God, without our faith in God, we're incomplete. And what we've realized from the hostages and their families is how strong they've felt, how strong they've become in the darkness, because that's what kept them alive and kept them able to come out. God bless you, and have a